and gentlemen, and welcome to, for me, a very early morning look. I have very short hair, but you can tell it's a little pushed to the side, a little messy. My name's Trask. Now, we are here to talk about the Oscars. It's our Super Bowl, it's our Mortal Kombat, it's the tournament of tournaments. If you are a big fan of film, if you follow film, if if you're watching, oh, what's big at Sundance, what's big at Toronto, this is the big one. This is the one that the whole year is leading towards, and this is one that, even if you don't love the Oscars, as a film fan, you pay attention to it. But if you're a film fan, you watch them, you take bets, you do predictions, everyone has their thumb on it. So it's a big deal. So today I'm going to talk about nominations. Going to talk about maybe some stubs. Yeah, some stubs. You see, here you go. Some snubs, some surprises. We'll quickly go over the categories. But I'm going to start with Best Picture, and that's going to start with the opening rant about Logan. Logan is something that 100% should have got nominated for Best Picture. Now, I'm going to say the Academy is still a little not superhero, a little biased against superheroes. And you know what? If you can start this whole conversation off, if you think I am biased towards superhero, I do a podcast where we talk about superheroes all the time. I've read comics my whole life. Wolverine is my favorite Marvel character. Logan's one of my favorite characters. Fair enough. You can level that argument against me, but I can also say that if it's shit, I'm going to call out for being shit. I don't just love these things and say this is one of the best movies of the year, or one of the best comic book movies, or one of the best performances of the year, or best supporting performances of the year, just because, oh, I love this stuff. Go check out many of our reviews. There's some things I love that, if I wish that I just blindly love them. But it's kind of hard. And this one, to me, stood out more than all of them. As far as comic book movies of the year, but as far as movies. Something about Logan, and go back to original review, I'm not going to review, but it has the emotion, it has the intensity, it has the acting, it has the character development, and it has these gut-punching, surprising moments. It's very similar to Dark Knight, where it is in a class of its own. Dark Knight and Logan are these two films that are in a class of its own. And for me, I did think it was going to get nominated when it first came out. One, maybe it coming out in March kind of hurts it, but I did think that. And the other thing is, though, as a smart person that follows the film community, I don't think I'm smart about much stuff, but as far as film, I know a little bit of stuff. I knew that, okay, if it's a super strong year, though, it's not going to happen. And because you look at Dark Knight, it was only 5 nominations back then. It was a comic book film, so they're really unsure what to do with it. Like, oh, people are talking about it, but it has a fucking bat in it. Like, what do we do? And then there were some other good films. I still think that was a weak year. I don't think Slumdog Millionaire is nowhere near a better film than The Dark Knight, but I kind of got that. That's, to me, the outrage that should have led to the result of Logan getting a good look and getting the actual nomination, the second go around for a comic book movie. And actually, in the comments, if you are like me, if you follow film, whatnot, tell me why you don't think Logan deserved it, because I want to make sure I hear people's sides as well. But for me, it was like, okay, if it's a weak year, it should at least get that nom, because a nom is a joke of like, it's an honor to be nominated. It really is. That would be a huge mark for this industry, this genre, to show they're not just action movies, they're not just popcorn flicks. They can be so much more. Dark Knight was that. Logan is that. Logan, to me, is the best film of the year. There's many years, like, I guess we just started podcasting, but like 2015, like, you had Avengers 2, Ant-Man. A comic film wasn't my favorite film that year. Same thing as last year. I loved Civil War, but I could probably give the edge to La La Land and say, like, yeah, La La Land is the better movie, but I just mean at the end of the day, I go, yep, that's the best movie of the year. For me to actually put a comic movie as top movie of the year, not just a geek film, which, we're doing our Golden Geek nominations coming up. If you don't like the Oscars, if you don't like what's happened, we nominate just sci-fi, superhero, fantasy, horror, animation. The Golden Geeks, check it out. It's going to be a fun time, good debates to see, and we keep it to 5, so it's a lot harder. But I don't just blindly say, yeah, because I love the comic book movie, that is my favorite movie. Lots of times, too, I'll put them in a different category, because I know that I come in with a little of a bias, because I love these characters already, so I already have that. So that's why lots of times when I make best of lists or whatnot, I'll be like, okay, I got to exclude comic book movies, But when something passes the genre, it's worth noting. And then this year, so we got Best Picture nominations. I have seen all these except for one. So I think that's pretty good. Uh, so if you don't think I'm qualified, I guarantee you, or I guarantee you. Let me take a water because I'm talking nonsense. Oh, 6:30 a.m. Oh, Oscars, come on. What are we doing here? 6:30 a.m. Are you fucking kidding me? Um, if you don't think I'm qualified, that's fine enough. I think everyone should have an opinion. That's good, and that's why I want to ask about the Logan opinion. I get it. At the end of the day, films are subjective. Um, but at the same time, if Logan, I always say this, didn't have claws and was not based on a comic book, would it have got nominated? I really do think so. Best Picture: Call Me by Your Name, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, Get Out, Lady Bird, Phantom Thread, The Post, Shape of Water, Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. So, some good movies in there. Here's my thing of why Logan to me should have got nominated. A lot of these films are very well made, and they're good films, and they have great acting, and they have great shots, and great writing. But there's a lot of these movies that no one will remember in 6 months after the Oscars. I don't feel like it's like to me. If Logan came out last year with La La Land, with Moonlight, even Manchester by the Sea, I'd say okay, you have La La Land, which is kind of this resurgence of musicals. You have Moonlight, which is this fantastic sexual awakening story. You have Manchester by the Sea, which is just heartbreaking. None of these movies for me have really done that. This is the thing I want to. I've just been busy. I'm a new father, so last year I reviewed almost all the Oscar movies and put them out. I've done I think 3 of them now. I'm gonna get to Shape of Water. I'm gonna get to The Post. I'm gonna get to Three Billboards. I want to actually sit down and review them. I might even see them one more time and wait till close to March to release them because I want to watch Three Billboards again for sure. But those reviews will be coming. So the thing is, for me, Call Me by Your Name. Check out my review. Very overrated. Good love story, I guess, but to me, very overrated. Darkest Hour. Darkest Hour is something that makes me mad because this is the classic movie. And this is why I do feel there is a still comic bias. There's so many movies in the past that have had hey, this acting performance is great, but the movie is just kind of all right. The movie's kind of slow, kind of boring. We didn't all love it. We can give this guy the win here, but then the movie can maybe get a screenplay, but it's not gonna get best movie. That happens all the time. To me, Darkest Hour is that movie of it deserves the actor, but the whole movie in general, no. Dunkirk, I think 100% yes. I know that's I guess a controversial thing to say because there are lots of people that don't like Dunkirk. I do even if you take out people say, oh, Nolan's not good at emotion and whatnot. Okay, fair enough, but from a technical standpoint, that movie to me is breathtaking. Get Out and Lady Bird, these are 2 that I don't know why I lumped them together. I guess because they were so well received, but I guess I shouldn't lump them together. I was thinking more of Peele and Gerwig, who we'll get to later, who both got nominated for directing. That's great. Lady Bird, I'll start there. I really, really liked it. I can't remember what I gave it. I think I gave it somewhere in the 8.5 out of 10. I really didn't have any problems with it other than, okay, coming of age movies, I've kind of seen this before. But again, it's just a nice, small film. And I'm not even saying Logan should have got nominated over that, but I am. I can see if Logan was in the same category, Lady Bird, okay, that makes sense. But it's another film that I just don't think is... These Oscar movies have not had, for me, just a small sample size of A Little Place on Earth, the same impact that last year's did. I don't have people talking about these films, and even for myself, I've seen these movies, and yeah, I'm busy, and yeah, I want to maybe see them again, but if I really, really love the film, if I couldn't wait to talk about it, I would be reviewing it right away, right after I see it. Lots of these movies, I'm going to get to it when I have time instead of staying up maybe half an hour to an hour later. Where last year, I'd stay up an hour later to make sure that was going to happen. Get Out, I think really deserves it. Get Out, that's why I bring up the Logan thing. To me, Get Out's so unique. And not that Logan is super unique. It's a big old Western, but it's because it has strong performances and has really emotional moments. To me, it's on that same Get Out level where it's and it's a sci-fi fantasy, right? If it wasn't a comic movie, to me it's well, you nominated Get Out, and Logan did get a screenplay nomination, so you know it's there, but you're just kind of ignoring it. It's like that girl you know was good for you, but you're maybe you're blinded to it, or maybe... maybe it's just you know what? yeah, I like her, but there's this person who used to be a model. I like her more. Let's try and get with her. Yeah, but she's the better choice. She may not look as she looks a little bit more grizzled and has claws, but she's the better choice. It doesn't matter that she makes comic books. My analogies are not as good. It's 640. Don't blame me. So Get Out, think really deserves it. I'm happy for that. Golden Globes were a mess this year. They always are. They continue to be a mess. Phantom Thread is not the one I've seen, so I can't say anything about that. All I can say is I feel like the hype has not really been there for Phantom Thread or Daniel Day-Lewis. And Daniel Day-Lewis, we'll get to, got a Best Actor nomination. A lot of these are the classic, hey, out of respect, let's nominate that person. Maybe I'll see that when I see Phantom Thread, and I go, wow, they really got it right. I understand why he's there. Fine, but I've not heard much. Anytime Daniel Day-Lewis has a movie come out, it's give him the Oscar, blah blah blah. Like the past few years, other than maybe like Nine, that musical that happened a few years ago. But like past decade, when he has a big movie, people are like they're lining up to give him another award. They would love to give him a fourth Oscar. I'll wait to see till I see it, but I go off still people that I trust. And people I trust, I don't think have really been championing him that much. So for me, I guess we'll get in that with Best Actor. But Phantom Thread, so I can't comment on the film, but I've just on, as far as reception, didn't blow people away. And then Three Billboards, Shape of Water, we knew that was happening. Those are, to me, valid nominations. Especially Shape of Water. I kind of hope it wins, to be honest. That's the one I like. Well, if I had my choice, I'd have it to be Dunkirk or Get Out. But if I really had to choose, then I'd probably go Shape of Water. Because Dunkirk and Get Out, they're nominated, they're best pictures, but at the same time they're on that lower tier if you just know it's not going to happen. But that is Get Out and something like Dunkirk. Those two are it is an honor to be nominated. Get Out is a very different film. Dunkirk is a very technical film that it is kind of maybe Oscar baity at times, but still it's more from Nolan, right? And Nolan, we see him later on, director's got his first ever director nomination. It is an honor to be nominated. That's a first step to winning or just being, hey, I was a part of that exclusive group for that year. So yeah, for me, I did think they got snubbed. I think it's a big time bias going on, and it's got me a lot less excited for the awards this year because, like I said, with Dark Knight, I got it. It was different times, smaller categories, and I know that's not the way it works. They don't say, oh, we're gonna pick 10, but there is only 9 here. And there could have been a way to, try to mathematically get Logan in there. I don't know. It's just disappointing because it shows, okay, we're still clearly not at that point where this can be a real thing yet. And as a film fan, that is frustrating. Best film, I kind of get it, but then the fact that, spoilers if you didn't know, didn't get a Best Actor, didn't get a Best Supporting Actor, which is very strange because people had a lot of support for Patrick Stewart. I thought Hugh Jackman deserved just as much, but I understood the more support for Patrick Stewart and nothing. I would understand, and I guess I'll quickly finish the Logan thing off, and then we'll get into everything else. But I could understand if it didn't get Best Picture, but it got, and Director, I don't think it would have. There's only 5. They give those 2 their top tier that are for sure gonna probably win Best Picture, which except for Paul Thomas Anderson for Phantom Thread. Once again, I haven't seen the movie, but I just not hear the hype. I think that is just, hey, these guys made There Will Be Blood together. Everyone fucking loves that movie. They're back together. Let's nominate them again. I hope I'm wrong, but it just gets that vibe. And you know that vibe for your film fan. You know how they nominate, And I guess I'm kind of hoping in the next few years, or I was hoping this year, it was a change of how they nominate. But it still shows there's many people that still think the exact same way they did 20 years ago. It's just, you can see the repetition. You can see the patterns. And then, so if it didn't get nominated for Best Picture, I would have been very disappointed. But if they gave it Screenplay, which they got Screenplay, and that's the first step. First time they've ever gotten Best Screenplay. So, good for them. I hope they win it. They won't. They'll probably win to fucking Call Me By Your Name. Ugh. God. Phantom Thread, no, not Phantom Thread, with, I just saw it because it's next up on this list here. I would have been fine with the no Best Picture, but Jackman got one, Stewart got one, but it didn't. Even if Stewart just got one, I would be like, okay, I would have always been happy about it, but I would be like, still not good enough. But Stewart didn't even get one. I think Stewart deserved it, Jackman deserved it, and the reason I can say this is because when I get to all the categories, when we're doing the Golden Geeks, and I'm looking at Best Picture, and I go, man, I love this movie. But then I look at the top five that I have, who are my champions, who I want to try and get nominated. I go, yeah, I love this movie, but guess what? I love these movies more, and I can see why, you know. And there's certain movies that I can like more than the other geeks, but if it's, I don't want to say it because it might spoil or something, because I think I know which one they're really gonna nominate, and I won't. But I can't say they're wrong. And you know what? I can see the other side of the coin why you would nominate that. For me, a lot of these are, don't see it. It just feels very same old. Like, okay, very, very Oscar baity. You know, like, I really like Lady Bird, but take Lady Bird out and put Big Sick. You know, like, I don't know. There's just many films that for me this year I think were really good that are on this list. I don't think there's a lot of great films. And I guess we'll see in 5 years, but I don't think it has the same caliber last year. I think there's a lot of films that won't be remembered. And it's just like, what are the best kind of Oscar type movies? What are the best, you know, non superhero movies? You know, the fact that that's why I like that Get Out's in there, because it's something so strange and so different, so unique that it's in there. I'm happy for it. I hope we get more of that. But at the end of the day, we watch these patterns if you are a film fan. Get Out is your token. Hey, that is the weird film this year. That's your Inception. That's your Mad Max. Let's nominate so people will shut up about it. Because Get Out definitely had more hype than Logan and Wonder Woman, which people thought Wonder Woman would get nominated from some stuff. Sorry, wasn't gonna. I get the impact why people want to get nominated. It is a very important film. It is huge, especially in the women community. But I don't think it. I could see making a case for best director. Honestly, you could have swapped. I'll keep picking on him, and I shouldn't because I haven't even seen the movie. But Paul Thomas Anderson, I get it. You could have swapped that. But for movie, no, and writing, no, and actress, no. That was not. It's not that strong of a movie, Wonder Woman. It's a very good movie, and I love it. It's in my top 15 comic book movies. But it's not. It's still a really great comic book movie. It didn't transcend the genre, I think, for me. So yeah, so it's like I said, we'll see, but I just don't think these movies are that memorable. Even when I talk to some of my Oscar friends, it's just yeah, I kind of like that. It was all right. You know, there's a few movies that everyone likes more than one another, but yeah, I think they really missed the boat here, and I think this is a year that we will talk about the best films of the year, and one of them's Logan. I didn't get nominated, so sucks, but whatever. Should have expected it. So I'll be grouchy and snarly the entire Oscar season. So, but you know what? I'll try to enjoy it my best. Best directing. Already talked about this a little bit. Guillermo del Toro for Shape of Water. Paul Thomas Anderson for Phantom Thread. That is a tongue twister for me apparently at 6:50. Dunkirk, Christopher Nolan. Jordan Peele, Get Out. Lady Bird, Greta Gerwig. I'm not gonna be making predictions yet because we do. I think maybe I said at the beginning. I won't do that because usually we do a separate show. Myself and Liam, who was a former host here, we get back together and we do a prediction show because he's the other one that keeps up to date with stuff like this. So, talked about this already. Very happy for Nolan. I think he deserves it. This is his first nomination. He didn't get it for Dark Knight. He didn't get it for Inception. Good for him. Jordan Peele. Good for him. He deserves it. He was getting snubbed all over the place as far as Golden Globes go. Same as Greta Gerwig. For me, it is the thing of you can say, oh, why does Lady Bird, in this world where Lady Bird is better than Logan, then she deserves the nomination. She does. If I look at these and now I gotta take once again my Logan bias out of like, hey, Logan should have got it, but now as a film fan, I'm always gonna say Logan should have gotten, should have won that year. But I'll take it and go, okay, out of the field, what do we have? And if I look at the directors, I think she does deserve it. I really liked Lady Bird. I know it sounds like I downput it, but it's great, and I don't like coming of age movies. It surprised the hell out of me. I could watch that movie again right now. It's just, to me, there's certain things of quality. And then, so I'm very happy with the directing nominations, all around, really. Leading actress, Sally Hawkins for Shape of Water, Frances McDormand for Three Billboards, Margot Robbie, I, Tonya, Saoirse Ronan, Miss Ronan for Lady Bird, and Meryl Streep for The Post. All makes sense. These are all usual suspects. These are all people that I've been talked about for a while. I won't predict it. I'll predict, like I said, I'll do a few. Frances McDormand, I think, has this in the bag. Yeah, I got Saoirse Ronan, but I don't think so. I think it's Frances' year. I thought, honestly, Margot deserved it. I still think it's her best performance of her career, but that's just me. Leading actor, Timothy Chalamet, who people are gonna, I already see the uproar, like, he needs to win, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't need to win. Daniel Day-Lewis, Phantom Thread. Daniel Kaluuya for Get Out. That's fantastic. And we're going to talk about, there's a big red elephant here. I don't know why I chose red, but he's red. Gary Oldman, Darkest Hour, he's going to win. And Denzel Washington for Roman J. Israel. Now, three things. For Get Out, that's huge. I'm so fucking happy for Daniel. He does deserve that. Great for him. That'll tie into my third point. Second point is the Denzel Washington nomination. I've not seen this movie. I've heard from all the reviews that I like or critics I like, it's just like a fine Denzel movie. For him to be here, this is the classic, hey, it's Denzel. We have lots of respect for him. Here, have another nomination. That's Hugh Jackman's fucking spot. Sorry, don't care. That is the classic. Instead of picking something new and fresh, we went with, oh, let's just give an nom to an older guy who's won the Academy Award before, who's been nominated, I don't know, has been nominated maybe a decade times, like 10 times or something like that. This is another classic, like, oh, we don't know what to put in the spot. Oh, we could put in Hugh Jackman here. Yeah, but the guy has claws in it, and I don't know. And I know people are going to bring up The Dark Knight and, you know, oh, he was a Heath Ledger and a Joker, but that was because it was, I think, in so much realism that they still kind of gave it a pass, like, oh, it's just a criminal who puts on paint. And it was, but still based on a clown whose skin is dyed permanently, right? I digress, but that's 100% Logan's, that's 100% Hugh Jackman's spot. Is I won't take away from Daniel Day, but I don't know. So this is one thing. I don't know every nook and cranny as the Oscar goes. This has been a big talking point already online. Is I made you wait. If you didn't know what I was talking about, I'm gonna take another sip of water and make you wait. Franco snubbed. Now, I'm not going to comment on what's going on with him in the media and what's going on with the harassment and everything like that. That podcast is, I've thought about doing rant with people, getting some people and talking about stuff going on in Hollywood, but I don't know how much more there is to add other than it's a terrible, shitty thing, and it is time for a change. So put that aside. Performance-wise, he deserves to be in this category. But I'm a person that does believe, hey, you do some terrible shit in your personal life, you don't get no Academy Award nomination. I don't know if it's true. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know these people. Some of these things that come out seem 100% true. Some of them may not. But it's tough. You don't want to... Like I said, let's leave that for a different day because that is such a leveled conversation. But for me, if the stuff that Franco did was true, and there's other stuff about it, then yeah, fuck him. He's gone. And I don't care. It's a great performance here. I think it's maybe second behind Logan. I really do. But doesn't matter. That's what happens. And even if he's not guilty, that worrisome of if he is guilty, the media, that's going to make people not want to vote. And that I saw coming a mile away. It was the day after the Globes. Second that happened, he's not going to get it. And the thing is, I'm not sure if the voting had already taken place before this happened. So I guess the two angles I can go is, one, if it didn't happen before the controversy, that I knew it wasn't going to happen. Even if there was something, if voting did happen and this happened, the Academy can do whatever they want. If they want to sit around and go, hey, we're going to take Franco out, and you know people voted, it doesn't matter. People go, oh, but they voted before, so this would have showed it was a snub. If they voted before and Franco was in here and they're like, hey, this is going to be a bad year if he's there, no one wants him there, they can do whatever they want. They run this thing. And that was 100% made sense. That's why it was going to happen. Let's say if it was before and they didn't take him out, the reason I think he doesn't get nominated is because it's a comedy. The Disaster Artist didn't get a Best Picture nom, and that's going to be the problem with the controversy of Franco. We'll never really know. But the thing is, there's still a world where Disaster Artist and Franco don't get a nomination because it's a comedy. I think Franco for sure would have got one. The movie maybe not, but they look down comedies almost, not as much, but just a little higher than comic movies. Comedies are still just like, that's not for us. Like, we're into the dramatic movies, you know? That's another reason why Big Sick is in there. Get Out is very comedic, but it is very dramatic at times, and it's playing with a very big issue going on with America and the past and everything like that. And it's very, I keep saying unique, but it is. So that makes sense. Where The Big Sick, oh yeah, it's just very funny and it's about a sick girl. Nothing new, right? Okay. So yeah, that's interesting. I'm just very happy for Daniel, but I think Daniel got the Franco slot. Whether it is before the controversy or after, I think Daniel got the Franco slot, and I think he deserves to be up there. But if I had my way, I would have took out Daniel Day and then Denzel. Daniel Day, I guess, I can't say, but really, Hugh Jackman and then Franco. But who knows? The rest of these are gonna be quick. Original screenplay, Big Sick, good for them. Get Out, Lady Bird, Shape of Water, Three Billboards. A lot of these could win. I think this is where Get Out wins. They won't win Best Picture, Director, but I think they'll win that. Adapted screenplay, Call Me by Your Name, Disaster Artist, Logan, Mudbound, Molly's Game. Big for Mudbound, Netflix original movie. Yeah, it's probably gonna be Call Me by Your Name. Ugh. Yeah. Yikes. Animated feature, The Boss Baby, The Breadwinner, Coco, Ferdinand, and Loving Vincent. Where's Lego Batman? Lego Batman is phenomenal. Lego Batman was one of the best movies last year. Don't get it. They hate the Lego movies there. They didn't nominate Lego movie. That was the best animated movie of the year. The Academy fucking hates Lego. Oh, a movie about a toy that kids play with and no. I don't get it. And that's like don't understand it at all. This is a weird year for me. This is a year that me and Liam a couple years ago looked at. We did like, oh, when did they get Best Picture winners right and wrong? And you always have these years that stick out like a crash year. And I don't think it's as bad, but it's a year where you're like, they really didn't get it right this year. I feel like this has happened a lot. Yeah, you got something like Get Out, and that's great for them. But I think that's one of the only ones where it's like that was something people are champion. It happened, but there's a lot of others that are like really big head scratchers. Yeah, Coco's phenomenal. I just saw it this week. So, a best original song, Mighty River, from Mudbound, Mystery of Love, Call Me by Your Name, Remember Me, for Coco, Stand Up for Something, Marshall, This Is Me. I've heard. I don't even remember the Mystery of Love from Call Me by Your Name, so I remember a lot from that movie. I think the movie is fine. I just hate on it because people just blew that movie so much. I was like, this is one of the best love stories of all time. It's fine, but we've all seen this before. Documentary, Strong Island, Icarus, Faces Places. Ooh, I want to see Faces Places. A Baccarus, Small Enough to Jail, Last Minute and Apollo. Yeah, the rest of these I'm not gonna read until we get we'll wait till we get to the actual prediction show. I don't watch foreign films that much. I can't know there. Best Supporting Actor, Christopher Plummer, All the Money in the World, Sam Rockwell, Three Billboards, Richard Jenkins, Shape of the Water, Woody Harrelson, Three Billboards, and Willem Dafoe for Florida Project. Good for him. I think Plummer you could have swapped with Patrick Stewart, but that's just me. Supporting Actress, Laurie Metcalf, Lady Bird, Octavia Spencer, Ship of Water, Leslie Manville for Phantom Thread. Just only supporting? I feel like in the trailer she's a lead, but, we know what's happening there. Mary J. Blige, Mudbound, and then Allison Janney for I, Tonya. And then, yeah, the rest is stuff we're going to go over in the prediction show, because the rest I don't have too much to say, and I don't want to just retread when we get to it, but very excited for... And poor Blade Runner. Only cinematography. You deserve so much more, Blade Runner. Just a tough year, And best original score. This is just because one I like. Stars, Last Jedi, Three Billboards, Phantom Thread, and Shape of Water, and Dunkirk. So I'm hoping for Dunkirk for that one. So thank you very much for tuning in. Let me know about the conversation. Let me know about the contenders. Let me know what you think about that. Are you happy with these choices? Are you the complete opposite where you feel, hey, they really got it right this year? Or are you in my camp with not even just the Logan thing, but are you in my camp that overall this feels like a weird year and feels like they missed the boat on a lot of things? So thank you very much for tuning in. Like I said, check out our award show coming out, Golden Geeks. We do the nominations first, so you see us legitimately live. You see us debate it, whether it's an hour, 3 hours. We debate every single category. You see it, so you know our 100% reason for why we pick it. And then the same week of Oscars, we reveal our winners. Thank you very much for tuning in. I promise you the rest of the week will not be boring. We got some great stuff planned. Check out our other content, whether it's on SoundCloud, YouTube, iTunes. Please, if you like these videos, if you like what we're doing, like, subscribe, comment. That helps us. That helps us grow. That helps us get more shows. Helps us get more gear. If you really like what we're doing, head over to Patreon. You get so much episodes for $1. $5 gets you everything super early. Some stuff exclusive. Some stuff you're getting like months early. Could even be a year early. I don't even know. Thank you very much. And I see you next time. It won't be boring.